This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
Follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Paulie Howard on VSiN.
Here we go. Welcome in. It is Follow the Money on VSiN, the sports betting network. Mitch Moss, Paulie Howard with you live downtown Vegas from the Circa Resort and Casino here on a very busy 3-hour Friday program. In 30 minutes, the Iceman Chuck Edel is going to join the program. I think he's going to be popping on a weekly basis during the preseason. And once week 1 is here in college football. That's coming up in 30 minutes. We'll get his thoughts and ideas, maybe some best bets as well on the preseason action, which begins tonight with 2 games on the slate. Nigel Seeley on the program in an hour. And he will preview and give out best bets on the Prim. There is one match underway, the lid lifter to the 2025-2026 season as the champs Liverpool are in action. And then Paul Allen, longtime voice, Minnesota Vikings on the show to close up shop later on in the day. Paul, you said yesterday that you were upset with the NFL because, we had no games on a Thursday. It made no sense with the overall schedule. It was a light baseball card. And we have 2 tonight, followed by a bunch of games coming up tomorrow. The Falcons are still catching 3.5 points tonight in this game against Tennessee, and they have not been good going back. Steve Mackin and VSiN.com. Falcons 5-22-1 straight up, 5-23 ATS last 28 preseason games, and when they're at home, 2-11-1 straight up, 1-13 ATS, 12 of those games going under, averaging about 10 points per game. It's been a bloodbath, and it's been ugly for this team.
Very good. Great numbers. That goes back to the Dan Quinn, who didn't care, and Morris 0-4 ATS as well. I'd like the under here because you're talking about a horrible job offensively by Tennessee after Ward left the game. Atlanta is not playing Penix or Cousins, so you're looking at the dynamic duo of Easton Stick and Emory Jones, and they didn't do much either. So people that were blindly betting it based on what happened last week with all the overs, but it's come down a little bit now. Couldn't get the 38s, but I would say under 37.5 in the first game tonight.
Yeah, I don't hate that one either. With those backup quarterbacks in Atlanta like you talked about, no thank you. And you have to really wonder how much gas Callahan wants to put on maybe some of these games for Tennessee. The other game is KC at Seattle. Game opened up about 2.5. Seattle now 3. Total around 30.5. Seahawks, they've been good under going back, but not the case in the first game against the Raiders. And by the way, I should have said this. The Chiefs opened up 2.5 at DraftKings. Completely flipped now. Seattle 4 pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, went to 4 right before the show. You are correct. So you're not getting Mahomes, and you're going to get Darnold for a couple series, and then how well they played offensively with Locke and company last week as well. So I would say Seattle, but yeah, with the huge move now, I can't recommend Seattle -4, but I don't want any part of Kansas City.
Yeah, right. Same. Those moves did not get there last week.
Yeah, they were terrible.
They were awful.
Other than Denver. Yeah,
that's pretty much the only one. Now, historically speaking, going back, the moves have been really, really good. But last week, not exactly the case. What else do you have? Oh, go ahead.
Well, how do you feel about your Packer bet?
I feel okay about it.
I thought I'd get to 7, but still sitting there at 6. Quarterback competition with the Colts. They were awful last week. Still, the defense has a ton of issues. And but the Packers were outgained 403 to 188.
Right.
You called them the worst team of Week 1. I think you're right. I just wanted to give everyone this quote again. This is LaFleur after the game. That was a humbling experience. Definitely not what we want to put out there. I don't care, preseason, regular season, it doesn't matter. It was sloppy football. Too many penalties, drops, missed tackles, bad decision-making, and it showed up in every phase of football. And if you do that, you're going to get your ass kicked. And that's exactly what happened. And I point this out, going back to 2022, after every preseason loss, LaFleur has bounced back with a win.
I mean, again, you have that and also those comments from him. That's the kind of guy, that's why I made the bet at +6. And, I mean, people betting the Colts, driving it up to this number right now because there's a quarterback controversy or there's a battle anyway, who's going to be the guy in Week 1. That did not go very well for Baltimore against Baltimore last week. Mm-hmm. And I don't think these quarterbacks are any good anyway. We kind of knew that Jordan Love was not going to play in Week 2. I made the bet anyway. He got hurt on top of that, so he's going to be out with that ligament in the thumb. They expected him back next week. Was the case, but I don't. I mean, I'll take the Packers plus the 6. Made it earlier in the week, feel okay about it. And if the Colts beat me, they beat me. And if Danny Jones goes out there and he looks awesome, then fine, so be it. And then LaFleur's going to be even more steamed after this game. Mm-hmm. So this is from Dave Tooley had this at VSiN.com on the Bills-Bears game, which is on Sunday night. Bears open about 1.5. Total was 36.5. All the way up now with that total at 41. Ben Johnson said he's playing all Bears starters on Sunday night. That includes quarterback Caleb Williams. Don't forget Sean McDermott on the flip side, 15-10 ATS in the preseason. And they lost last week 34-25 against the Giants. However, they were without 13 starters overall. They put 25 points on the board. They have Trubisky, who was 9 of 13 with a touchdown. Mike White, 8 of 13 with 2 scores. And Shane Buechele also was 10 of 12. Not bad. That's a pretty decent preseason quarterback room. Mm-hmm. And then you go Caleb Williams, Tyson Bagent, Case Keenum, maybe a little Austin Reed action for the Bears. He was making the case this is why the over made sense when it moved up that many points on the game. And I can see that for sure here.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. McDermott has also been good in the preseason going back until last week as involved in that high-scoring game with the Giants. So I know a guy I respect bet the Bears. That's I like the Bears here as well. And I agree with the move with the total also. The big move with the quarterbacks are going to be out there.
And this is more info that you can get for the preseason on VSiN.com from Steve Makinen. So favorites, as he calls, in the sweet spot, ranging between 3.5 and 7 points, have been quite reliable. They have gone about 54% going back almost 300 plays. In 2025 so far, the angle is only 4-7 ATS. And you have a bunch of games. Tennessee, Indy, Philly, Las Vegas, Tampa, the Giants, Chargers, Jacksonville, Cincinnati at time of print that were in that range. And since this is the bigger one, since 2015, dogs in the +1 to +3 range have been very good. 183 and 117 ATS at 61%. And underdogs have gone 21 and 9 ATS since 2024. So the teams that fall in that range, now Casey's no longer there. Detroit was in that range. Carolina, Minnesota, Dallas, Arizona, Buffalo at the time of print when that came on VSiN.com. So in 37 is the magic number for totals.
Yep.
Now, last week again, 14-2 to the over with these games. But since 2010 in the preseason, as he points out, the number 37 has proven to be quite the benchmark in terms of totals. Totals less than 37 have gone over at a rate of 57%, including 6-1 of the over so far in 2025. Closing totals of 37 or higher have gone under 57%. You have one game this weekend with a total below 37. It's Baltimore and Dallas.
How about that? This is nuts.
Every other game.
I think this is the worst year, though, in terms of lack of information and also early week line movement. I don't recall a year like this, do you? You're getting all the big moves Monday, Tuesday.
Right away.
And guys coming out saying what their game plan is. And maybe it's because we don't have 4 games anymore, that we're down to 3 and how coaches attack it. But usually you'd have like 10, at least 10 plays for an entire preseason. And that's not the case this year for us.
That's very true. I don't know, maybe I guess it could fall into line like with other teams noticing like previous years with these teams that did not play guys. I keep going back to the Bengals example.
Yeah.
And they,
yes, right.
They were a Super Bowl contender, in the eyes of many, the odds board as well. Like the market would tell you, like, hey, they're one of the best teams in the league. And they just didn't take it seriously. And they came out of the gates and they were awful. And then, going back last year, all these good teams lost in the first month. Heavy chalk went down a lot. Mm-hmm. So they're like, okay, well, we can't you just poo-poo the preseason anymore.
Yeah. You gave out that McDermott 15-10 ATS. He's on actually a 10-3 run
overall
as well. So, but yeah, it's kind of a fluke in terms of what happened. You could look at it with what the Giants did, but the guy's been strong for whatever reason in the preseason. Anything else you grab your attention here Saturday, Sunday?
Well, here's one more that I'll give you anyway. Teams off a double-digit loss. Bad bets at home the next game. Very good on the road. So when you come back and you play at home, only 37-53 ATS since 2013. That's 41%. When you're off a double-digit loss in a previous preseason game and you go on the road, 57-42 ATS. I know that could be like, oh, there's a lot to that. I mean, that's kind of fluky. I get it. But the teams off those losses on the road this week that have done well, Tennessee, Green Bay, Carolina, and San Francisco catching the 4.5. I think that's still the number out here in Las Vegas against the Raiders.
Yep. Giants, agree with the line move. Giants 3.5. Battle of New York. Wilson, field goal drive. Dart, 3 scoring drives. Winston didn't play well. DeVito coming in, slinging it. That's a good quarterback room.
That's pretty good.
And that's strong for a preseason as well. I think that they can take care of the Jets and cover that number Saturday night.
Is that enough for you to maybe? Well, I mean, again, most difficult schedule in football. They were thought to be one of the worst teams in the league. Have you maybe done a little bit of a 180 on the Giants? I have.
Is that right?
I have. Yeah.
Wow.
I like the defense a lot.
Yeah.
I think the defense is going to be really, really good this year.
Well, what are we saying? Like, you think what 6?
I'm not going to be surprised.
You love the win total under, and now you're not.
I did. I want to get off it. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. Fair enough. Okay. Very good. Look at the Cubs. Can't hit again. This is incredible. 2-1 Pirates in the 7th.
It's a good month now.
Season's biggest edges start before kickoff. Get yours with VSiN Pro. New subscribers get both the NFL and college football betting guides, your 1-2 punch for smart betting, packed with team previews, power ratings, betting systems, and the best bets from VSiN's top analyst. You get the morning email from Bill 80, every best bet, every host, every guest, betting splits, market insights, dog videos, the tools, the data, the Mackinnon betting systems, the prop analyzer. Sign up today, $9.99. Come on, VSiN.com/subscribe. Do it now, VSiN.com/subscribe.
Today's Major League Baseball card is up next. A team is 22 games over 500 in this betting market over a sample size that is now approaching 50 games. Find out that team next.
Got a good thing coming, just wait and see. It's a good.
All of a sudden, it's getting down to the wire.
What shouldn't happen is now happening. We promised you carnage.
This whole contest is flipped upside down.
I'm sweating out these games, and it's the only thing on my mind right now.
I think I've thrown up 3 times in the last 10 minutes.
I couldn't do this again. We may have to find a few more survivors here, or this documentary is not going to last much longer.
All of a sudden, things got smoother. Yes! You got all the way to the final week with 18 Circa survivors going into week 18.
Every game is up for grabs.
We're going to go the distance.
It's over. Blue Jackets, big checks.
You want me to be like Happy Gilmore and take the big check and put it in my car?
This year has been so unpredictable, we just never know.
New episodes nightly at 9 p.m. Eastern, only on VSiN.
On the next A Numbers Game, Matt Brown fills in for me. Of course, Kelly Bidlin will be in the house as always. Matt, always interested to talk about the NFL, and Kelly and he will talk about multiple NFL markets across the sports betting menu. Plus, Paul Sporer on Major League Baseball, all of his thoughts as we round the quarter pole, DFS as well. It's A Numbers Game, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific, right here at VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
It's good to have you on board. Thanks for watching the program today on YouTube TV or listening on SiriusXM Channel 158. We're live in Vegas, Circa Resort and Casino. Mitch Moss, Paulie Howard, bottom of the seventh at Wrigley. Day game here between the Cubs and the Pirates, and the Cubbies just tied it up with one in the bottom of the seventh after the Pirates got one in the top half. And right now they have runners on first and second. And what are we talking about here? One out, I believe?
270 in play.
Okay. PCA. Hey, the drought appears to be over for one day anyway. 2 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. And he has a double and 3 total bases overall. Well, they've been a sinking ship now for weeks the way it feels. And they're 8 games back of the Brewers in the National League Central. Hottest team in baseball, best team in baseball. They've won 12 straight.
And
guess what's going on tonight now?
And the Phenom's back.
Yeah,
baby.
Here you go.
Come on, the Phenom's back. The Miz. I don't see props on the Miz yet. 28-5 run since July 4th. 12 in a row. Outscored opponents 103-39. How about a 37-9 run? And now he's going tonight, and he's only $1.35 against Martinez. And the way this team's hitting the ball, they're not going to rough up Martinez here. Are you
concerned about the day off?
No. The Brewers?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Here's this is the team I was talking about before the break, by the way. They are 38-8 in the last 46 games in the first 5. Now they've been, I don't know why, they've been taking all day to decide or announce who the starter was going to be in this game. But earlier, before Mizorowski was like, and he's official right now, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So the Brewers are minus a half a run plus 105 in the first 5. And that's 22 games over 500 now going back. That's 46 games, like I said.
Was he going 4 innings?
I can't imagine much more, right?
Yeah. So I want to see what they do for K props and outs. But I got nothing yet on DK. It was announced not that long ago. But that's okay. So he goes 4. I'm good with that.
Okay.
They should be able to get to Martinez.
Well, and the bullpen's rested, right?
Yeah, I'm not getting in front of this freight train.
I don't think you can.
Nope.
No.
No way.
I'll throw this out to you, too, by the way. A couple of their first 5 numbers, as long as we're on that. Diamondbacks are playing the Rockies. They got healthy last night, and I expect that to happen the entire weekend.
I agree with you. That is thanks to our buddy Jordan, Mama's Pizza, that is 8-2 now, Yurfie, this year between Colorado and Arizona.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
So the Diamondbacks are 10-2 last 12 in the first 5. Rockies 2-16 last 18 in the first 5. D-backs minus a half a run in the first 5, minus 130 in this game. They're $188 to win the game overall. Total's 12 here. I was making the case yesterday on the air that this series, I think, is going to go like the Toronto series did for the Blue Jays in Colorado. What was it, last weekend or 2 weekends ago now?
Yeah.
Where I think it's going to be like Arizona. Name the runs. How many do you want to score today? 7, 8? So team total would be a look for me for the Diamondbacks here.
Dodgers?
Well, what do you want to do here?
Well, so it's supposed to be King, but he got hurt again.
I know.
So now it's probably going to be your buddy Vasquez?
In a bullpen game.
Yes. So the Dodgers are minus 210 to win the series because tomorrow it's Snell against Cease. So bad timing here with King getting hurt again. Kershaw, career, has great numbers against the Padres. Kershaw of late has been rocked by the Padres. I see runs, but I can't. I'm 9.5. I can't. But Kershaw, $1.75 at DraftKings for this huge series. As the Padres now, 6 times in the next 10 days they meet, and the Padres have a game lead now.
You got to tip your cap to Kershaw overall on the year. I did not anticipate this. A 3.14 ERA, the FIP right in that same range. The Ks are not there. He's not the same guy he once was. But overall, the WHIP, not bad. He's been reliable. He's been a guy that you're going to have to absolutely use in the playoffs at some point. So, but if it's...
I don't know about that.
No, I'm talking about maybe like relief.
I don't know about that either.
Are you sure?
Look at the
bullpen now.
Have you seen what's happened with him in October?
I know.
I get your point, though.
But if it's Vasquez, Paulie, and look at this, by the way, it opened up like minus 190 on the Dodgers, so there was no way they were going to be 190 with Michael King starting. It dipped down now to like minus 168, so a little bit of a move. But I can't. I don't want the Padres if it's Vasquez. Can't do it.
No. Since July 4th, Friars 23-12, Dodgers 12-21. As you pointed out yesterday, they have a worse record than the Rockies. That is hard to do, and that's embarrassing. That's a bad job all the way around.
Very much so. So are you intrigued by that number on the Padres to win the series?
No, I don't like the pitching matchups.
Yeah,
Although I think they get the Kershaw, but I don't like who they're throwing.
Yeah.
And then you know how I feel about Cease, and I think the Dodgers will win tomorrow. But then again, I'm not. The 210 is that's high for the series price.
Imagine if the Padres win the series.
Yeah, right.
And that lead continues to grow in their favor in that division.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at some point here, it's going to be panic time for the Dodgers. Like, I'm talking about fan base, inside the team, the clubhouse, like what.
Yeah.
And actually, I mean, could that result in being a good thing for them where they don't have a week off to get ready for their opponent in the playoffs?
I would take the rest in the home field, but this is I didn't anticipate this happening.
I mean, I get
how
it.
bad they've been.
Yeah, they won the World Series last year, but I think people forget how fortunate they were to win that series against the Padres.
Well, it's a lot of weird stuff's going on right now.
Yeah.
This is how about the Mets? Blew it again. They've lost 13 of 15. 8 of the 13 losses they've blown a lead. Blew it in the 8th again last night. Manea how can he be $1.40 against Castillo?
I don't know.
He is 0-3 with an ERA of 8 his last 4 starts. Castillo's 4-1 with a 2.25.
Sure, and on the year,
last 8.
Castillo's been overall, for 4+ months now, the guy has actually been rock solid. Now, he's had a couple of hiccups, but what pitcher doesn't? Hello, Skubal did again the other night.
Mm-hmm.
So Skubal overall in the year, very good recent form. But this, to me, Paulie, and now it's down to $1.16 in the game?
I don't know. That's not what the screen says. I'm at DK. I don't know what they're looking at.
Okay. $1.36 at DK. To me, it's the fishy number of the day.
Yeah.
But you know what that has meant over the last 3 weeks on the show.
The other game corrected itself. Toronto's now favored at home. DeGrom couldn't be that price the way he's. Bassett's awesome at home. The Blue Jays are awesome at home. Texas has lost 6 of 7. DeGrom has had as back-to-back average to below average starts, right? So now you're seeing Bassett like $1.12.
Man, Bassett better at home than he is on the road.
Yep.
Overall numbers are not great, but again, DeGrom, you got to be a little bit concerned.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that offense can go into the tank.
That's right.
And there is this trend, to parlay that with what you just said about DeGrom. I'll remind people again, starting pitchers against the Blue Jays in Toronto are on a 26-5-1 underrun with their K prop. Now, because the Blue Jays have not been striking out at all this year, they're the best team at avoiding Ks, and DeGrom struggles lately. His number today is 5.5, and the under is -135. So this is not even 2 starts ago when his number was 6.5, I believe, juiced over. But you're paying 35 cents today if you want to fade him again in Toronto, which has been very profitable again pretty much the entire year.
And let's fade Sandy. Outs under, strikeouts under. He's been awful on the road. The Red Sox have won 14 of their last 16 at home, outscoring opponents 85-44. I trust Giolito at home, $1.60. Big opportunity here for Boston. Miami was playing so well. Now the pitching's gone south, and they've been getting roughed up here of late. They did have the one blowout win against Cleveland, but it's I think Sandy under 17.5 outs and Sandy under strikeouts here, and the Red Sox get after him today.
So would you how many times do you want to attack a game with multiple bets like that? Because I'm all in with what you just said. Would you also want to do? I know they're batting at home, so they're not guaranteed to have the 9th inning at bats. But would you look at maybe alternate runs here with the Red Sox, or would you just go a team total over in the spot?
That's not bad either. Yeah, I could do that as well.
Feel bad for the guy.
Yeah, and a run line's +125 as well. That's pretty good too.
Yeah,
with how good they've been at home.
I was looking at the K prop projections on VSiN.com, courtesy of Ballpark Pal. And they were pretty strong on Mackenzie Gore going under today for the Nationals against the Phillies. His prop 6.5, although starting pitchers are on a 20-6 overrun with their prop against the Phillies. So I looked at their projections, and then I also looked at an odd screen for strikeouts, and I was able to get 6.5 under for even money on Mackenzie Gore today. So I like to do that. I like to look at the projections that they offer every single day on VSiN.com, and then I compare it to the odds screen. And if there's a number out there that makes sense, especially when you compare certain books to some other sharp books, then it's worth a bet in my opinion.
It's a huge start for Wheeler. A couple starts ago, quote, worst my sinker's ever been.
Oh boy.
Gave him some extra time off. Last start, velocity's down. ERA of almost 5 last 5 starts. It's a big one. Monitor this. Keep an eye on it. 5 innings, 2 runs. 6 innings, 3 runs. 5 2/3, 4 runs. 6 innings, 2 runs. 6 innings, 4 runs. Watch this. Those are some interesting quotes. And check the velocity and then how bad some of the pitches have been. What's going on?
Imagine if that turns into a thing, that he's not reliable going into October.
I'll keep an eye on that one tonight. And that was it surprised me what happened last night, too. Bad job.
Yeah, it's Follow the Money here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. All right, super excited for our next guest. Chuck, the Iceman Edel, is going to join the program. Again, he is the defending champ on the Friday Football Invitational here at Circa. Last year, he went 79, 44, and 3 with his bets. Loves the preseason. We'll ask him for his analysis on these numbers and hopefully sneak in a best bet or two with Chuck coming up next.
This season with VSiN's College Football Betting Guide, exclusive to VSiN Pro subscribers. It's packed with 136 team previews, preseason top 25 rankings, and best bets from our experts. Pro subscribers also get the NFL Betting Guide, daily best bet emails, exclusive splits, and full access to our premium betting tools. Sign up now at VSiN.com/subscribe for just $9.99 for your first 30 days. Or save 50% with an annual Pro subscription. And join us on the Sports Betting Network.
This is VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
VSiN.
A lot of action with NFL preseason last week, this week for week number 2, and Chuck Edel joins the program now. He is going to come on throughout the football season at this time on a weekly basis every single Friday. Can't wait for that. Again, he was 79-44-3 in the Friday Football Invitational last year right here on VSiN and at Circa. Chuck, good afternoon. Thanks for the time today. How are you?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
Doing really well,
Good,
and
sir.
he is on the Progressive Guest Line. We mentioned this last week when you were on about how many of these games just exploded with these big movements. And we were like, does this happen every single year? Doesn't feel like it is. Well, how about how early they're happening? Does it feel to you, somebody who has done this for a long, long time successfully in the preseason, does it feel to you like these moves are happening sooner than before?
100%. I don't remember Monday being busy. So what happens on Monday, it's all speculation. There was one game on Monday that I knew about when the lines opened up that they were going to play their guys, but every other game is all speculation. And then, some of these lines get bet up so crazy. Somebody reads that, the starters might play, a couple, might play. They end up only playing. What's happening now more than ever too is these joint practices. So now every year it's getting more and more. So they have these joint practices. For example, Tennessee, Atlanta, they're there on Wednesday practicing, having scrimmages against each other. And a lot of the coaches like to play their guys in those scrimmages, and then maybe they're not going to play their starters as long. Like this evening is a good example in that game. They're not going to play their starters hardly because of the situation. So so you get that on top of things. So the starters mostly aren't. There's not too many starters that are playing like they used to. Week 3 was the dress rehearsal in the past, but I guess to answer your question, I don't remember so much stuff being played on Mondays and some of these lines just getting out of whack. And if you notice, a lot of the lines that got hammered and got bet up have come back the other way.
Yeah.
Yep. Well done. So you son of a gun. You have Seattle +3 in pocket. They're now laying 4. What are you gonna do with this game? And can you recommend anything tonight in the late game?
I have to ask you a quick, Paulie. Did you you got Johnny Carson's agent from the day? The guy's on vacation, one taking days off, but you have to be over 40 to know the joke. That Johnny Carson taking off time. But I'm glad to hear you're back, Paulie. Good to talk to you.
You too, buddy.
But yeah, what happened with this game, Paulie, tonight is so in the past, Andy Reid, week 3.
Okay, I didn't know if that was going on in here. Okay, so Chuck, we lost him. We'll try to get him back on the horn here for a second. So, yeah, I mean, that doesn't – we were going to get his analysis here of why he liked the Seahawks, but he grabbed 3 right away, and that's an example of that number. Chuck, go ahead. You were just about to say about Andy Reid in his career in the preseason, I mean?
Yeah, so when they played 4 games, Andy Reid on week 3 – would always play his starters the first half, and then you would bring him out for the first series of the third quarter. So this week, speculation when they open up the line, they made Kansas City a 2.5-point favorite for the game. And basically, what happened now is then after that happened, Reid said he might play some guys very short, but most starters, that won't play. If some do, it's just going to be a short time. He really wants to see his young guys play, okay? And now Seattle comes in, and they're going to play their starters for, I'm not sure how long. I'm going to guess maybe a quarter. They want Sam Darnold's going to go. Drew Lock and Milroe are behind him, but their starter's going to go. So this line flip-flops. So at the time that announcement was made, Kansas City was a 3-point favorite. So luckily I was able to grab Seattle +3, but now Seattle's -4, so that thing flip-flopped pretty good. But this is a line move that if it gets any higher for the full game, it might be a tad high. But the +3 was obviously a good bet.
Okay, line not out yet. You like first half over Houston, Carolina tomorrow.
Yeah, if this line is 20.5 or better, I'm going to play it. So I'm guessing it's going to be around 20.5. Carolina's going to play their starters here. Up to a quarter. But the key thing in the press conference, the coaches are really working on the offense. The defense actually not all the starters are going to play for the defense, but they are going to play for the offense. That's their main goal here, is to get the offense going. It's been struggling a little bit, so they've been working on that. In the meantime, Houston not going to play their starters, but they still have Davis Mills in there, a guy who's done it before, experienced guy here, and he's going to play a lot of that first half. So I do like the first half over. I feel like there's been a lot put into the offense, and I think that's a little bit of an angle that's been successful over the years when one team is working on one side of the ball.
All right, this is a thing of beauty. You laid 3.5 with the Raiders and took 7 with San Francisco.
So what happened here is, first of all, as far as the game goes, San Francisco is going to play their starters 1-2 series, and Pete Carroll said the starters are all live, and that's kind of what he said last week too, and they played about 1 or 2 series. So I expect something similar. But what happened in this game is the Raiders were 3. I think they were at 4.5 at the time, maybe even 5. They were a 5-point favorite, and a big service that moves the lines released the Raiders. It went all the way up to 7, and at that when San Fran was +7. A lot of people, including myself, jumped on San Fran plus the 7. And that line, after that, it went on. Yesterday, it was down to 3.5 yesterday. I grabbed a 3 in the -3.5. So I'm hoping for a little middle here. I got the Raiders -3.5 and San Fran +7.
Okay. It's Follow the Money here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Our guest, Chuck the Iceman Edel. He's on the Progressive Guest line. You also laid 1 with Tampa as they take on Pittsburgh. Well, now they're up to 2.5 or 3. In their game, and that's tomorrow night. Can the audience do anything with the number right now, in your opinion, or why did you originally like Tampa Bay?
Yeah, what I would recommend now is see what number we could get. If we could get that first half 2.5 or better tomorrow. I know the line's 2.5, but sometimes it's a little different in the preseason. It's 2.5 and 3 right now. So Pittsburgh's resting most of their starters. They're not going to see the field. Tampa, meanwhile, they are going to play all their starters. The only guys who aren't going to play are Mike Evans on the offense and Levante David on the defense, nursing some injuries. So as far as the audience goes, I would look to play Tampa there in the first half. If you could get 3 or better, I think that's definitely an advantage on that game.
Okay, tell us what happened in the Denver game. Did this open 3, get up to 6? Now we're back down to 3. You took 6 with the dog?
Similar scenario as we were just talking about with the San Fran. The St. Service did release Denver. And that line went all the way up to 6. And it's speculation. And listen, a lot of the speculation comes sometimes you could get a great number by speculating who's playing, who's not. So unfortunately for the people who played Denver, the speculation was wrong. And bottom line is neither team are really going to play starters here. So, you got two teams playing their backups. If you could take 6 at any game, I don't care. You go right down the board. I don't care who it is. Backups playing against each other, you're always going to take the 6 points. And that's what happened in this game. The line is kind of back now where it should be. Denver's at home laying 3, and that's the scenario there. Denver might play 1 or 2 young starters, but it's both sides basically going to have backups in there.
Okay, and this is going to be a tip for like maybe late Sunday night or Monday morning, because we do have a Monday night game this week. It is the Bengals on the road against the Commanders. You laid 2 with Cincy, but they're now 4.5. I'm going to guess the same thing is going to apply here, where you want to look for the Bengals in the first half?
Yeah, absolutely. So what happened here is Zach Taylor, a few weeks ago, he mentioned that he was playing the starters, which he did last week for about a quarter or so, maybe 2 series. But he said next week, he said in his press conference, is really the game that we're going to point their starters towards playing. They're going to play a lot in that game. And the reason he's doing this, we all know that Cincinnati over the last 3 years has started off horrible in the regular season. So he's changing his tune in the preseason, and you're going to see a lot of their starters. I'm not sure exactly how long, but he definitely said they're going to go longer than they did last week. Last week they went 2 series. So I'd expect about a quarter and a half, maybe more. And no question about Cincinnati in the first half. If you could, depending on what the number is here, I would look at that play for Monday.
Chuck, like 30 seconds here. Any interest in the Packers off of just a pathetic showing last week against the Jets, and then LaFleur went scorched earth on his team after the game, catching 6 against the Colts?
Yeah, I would only look at the Packers in the game. Again, a high number for a preseason game. Mm-hmm. I mean, Daniel Jones is going to start the game, play 1 or 2 series, then Richardson, but neither quarterback has really impressed me. Malik Willis playing for the Packers here. And with the line of 6, I would only look at the dog.
Very good. All right, Chuck. That
Thank
was
you.
awesome. Looking forward to it every single week at this time. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
There you go. Chuck Edel on the Progressive Guest Line. The defending champ of the Friday Night Football Invitational here at Circa.
That was so good.
There was a couple of years ago when he came on. Again, he's coming on Friday afternoons. No, we were in mornings. Sorry. So Friday mornings at like 6:30 Pacific.
College
so
football.
The college games have been on the board for the entire week. He went on a 20-1 run.
The
Just
thing of beauty.
Nails, man.
Yep.
All right, win some, lose some is coming up next, and the blowing leads can't stop. They won't stop. Paulie with the details coming up here on VSiN.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
Elevate your sports betting game with VSiN's exclusive betting splits. Stay ahead with real-time market trends and track bet percentages on any matchup, then uncover the edge by comparing them to the amount of bets placed to find out where the sharp money is headed. Upgrade to VSiN Pro to access betting splits, live odds, line moves, power ratings, and in-depth game analysis. Go to vsin.com/pro to join VSiN, the sports betting network.
Some, Lose Some is sponsored by the Sharp Plays.
Were you a winner last night?
Wow, winning.
Or was it a rough one?
Well, they can't all be winners, can they?
Loser! You're a loser! Paulie Howard recaps the night in sports betting in Win Some, Lose Some.
All right, we're alive. There's a lot going on. This is great. Most runs, Guardians plus 650. They've won 9 of their last 10 series. They're on a 23-9 run. Who cares whose locker you clean out? What a job. Great organization. Highest scoring game, Guardians Marlins plus 850. Nats plus 160. Surprise the Phillies. Braves plus 165. Take out the reeling Mets again. First round leader, McIntyre. Closed with 6 straight birdies. That was 30-1 in play after he hit it in the drink while we were live on the air. That was wild what happened.
Our buddy Jeff in Wisconsin nailed it. Grabbed 25-1, won 10,000 on it when we were live on the air talking about it.
Unbelievable. He's 14 under. He's got a 5-shot lead over Scheffler.
That's, for him to rebound like that, right? Because Scheffler was already in and another guy was at 4 under. And so he's on the back 9 at that point. He drops a stroke to go from 3 to 2 under, dropping 2 strokes back, and then he just takes off like wildfire.
Yeah. Birdie, 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 birdie.
He's
Shot a 62.
Darts out there.
Damn right. Good job, McIntyre. A developing situation. The Premier League is underway. The defending champs Liverpool led 2-0 at home in the second half. They have blown the lead against Bournemouth.
Luke, any idea what Bournemouth was live? Did you happen to catch that?
A draw? Can you imagine draw? So draw was plus 550.
So down 2-0.
Can you imagine? Yeah. If draw's plus 550 and they're down 2-0 in the second half, please.
Well, here's a question. Nigel Seeley coming on. Can't wait to talk to him in about 15 minutes. He was with us in the mornings here on the show for like 7-8 years. Dynamite. Love the guy's analysis. What do you think the number changes to if they draw? It won't be like, will it move like 5 cents for Liverpool to win the league outright? Does it move at all? I don't follow soccer. I don't know.
No.
It won't move. Stays plus 180.
I watch his podcast. They think it's a great bet, and it's a big gap between Liverpool and everyone else, and they think Liverpool's going to repeat.
Oh, cross-sport parlays.
Yeah, right. Subscribe, be part of the team, VSiN.com, our radio and podcast friends. You always want to see these tweets and videos at Paulie Does Vegas on Instagram. Send them in. We'll put you on. He does this every night. Look at the dog going out to the pool. Get up there. Jumps on the float on his little raft, and that's where he sleeps every single night.
He sleeps out there?
That's where he does. Yeah, every night. There it is.
That's a comfy
How good
cushion.
is that? I think Winking Duck sent that in. Thanks to everyone who always gets at me on Instagram. This is awesome. Okay, there it is. Good-sized pool. Jump on there. Piece of cake. And I'll take my nap.
I think I'd rather sleep on that than my mattress at home.
You sure? That's awesome. Looks around. Nailed it. Okay. Piece of cake. Are you ready to get freaked out? Oh, boy. I'm scared of heights. This guy with the high dive here with the audience, look at this. It's like he's jumping up the stratosphere. Hoover Dam coming all the way down in the water, sticks to landing. Oh, my God, look how high up that is.
Absolutely no chance.
Oh.
And I'll tell you, there is a spot out here when you go to Lake Mead where they have cliffs. Now, the water is so far down, and this goes back like 15 years or so. During the day, it was with a big group of people, and they were also drinking, but they were jumping off these cliffs like 50, 60 feet in the air. I'm like, and I was not drinking.
Yeah.
I was a designated driver.
Yeah.
I got out there, we got there, the whole thing, I'm watching them, I'm like, I go to the top eventually, I'm like, this is going to be easy, no problem. I'm stone cold sober. I'm like, not a chance on earth. I went down like halfway, maybe like a 20-footer. I'm like, this is going to be no problem. I bet you it took me 10 minutes before I jumped. And they're doing backflips and all this stuff.
I
and just like,
want no part of it. I want no part of it.
No way.
That's right. Can I call this a bad beat? If he had draw, in the 89th minute, Liverpool takes the lead. 3-2. Man. And a bad beat, the Mets blow it again. And their bullpen gives it up in the 8th inning. They've lost 13 of 15. Before the line moves, sharp plays already there. They don't follow the market. They help move it. You're not going to outmuscle billion-dollar books, so full-time sharps on your own. With the sharp plays, you don't have to. Powered by advanced AI, plugged into trusted insider sources. Sharp Plays delivers the edge serious bettors use every day. Free reports, alerts, market-moving insights sent straight to your inbox or X feed. He's been doing it since 2011. Jeff and the crew, documented results, public logs, transparent receipts. SharpPlays.com. Trusted by pros, watched by the books. Visit SharpPlays.com. Stay ahead of the line.
So that's 9 of the Mets' last 13 losses blown lead style.
Yes.
Okay, good stuff.
2 outs, bottom of the ninth, 3-2 Pirates.
Yeah, so again, what were the Pirates now to come back? Because the Cubs were just minus 270 not that long ago, right? I think that's the number that you said it was off the air when you brought that up.
Yeah.
They're going to lose this game. Are they in trouble of missing the playoffs?
No,
That is a number that I haven't really considered.
No, we briefly touched on it earlier in the week. They're safe because of what's going on behind them. Although you've got a 5-game series coming up against the Brewers.
That you do.
The doubleheader Monday. So they are okay. So they're 6 up on the Reds in the loss column.
And the Reds had to put Burns on the IL.
Yeah.
That news came out. I think it was earlier today. That's no good for them. Their
on the
chances.
other, I mean, you're 5 up on the Mets. The Mets can't get out of their own way right now. So, but that's a big series coming up here at Wrigley next week.
Well, I mean, if you go back into the season, like, I don't know, a month or so.
It's a final. 3-2 Pirates.
Unbelievable.
Oh,
what a bad
man.
loss.
Yeah.
Again, so the Cubs are going to certainly be a scary team come playoff time. How much changes of that opinion once we get to October? I mean, this offense is going to have to show some signs of light before I can buy into it.
Mm-hmm.
The entire team is just in a major funk right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is something else. I get it. It's a long season. Teams go through this stuff. You can catch, the Brewers are the hottest team on earth right now, and they've been like that for a good, 27-4, something like that, going back. But, I mean, again, 2 11-plus game winning streaks since July, which is incredible to me. And you always think about these matchups and what they're going to look like. Oh, man, be afraid of that team. Be afraid over here. Cubs right now. Who's going to want to bet on that team? I can't. There's no way. I'd take the Padres. I'd take the Dodgers. Give me the Brewers. Give me the Phillies, no doubt. I don't care. Wheeler's been struggling. I get that. But that's 4 right out of the gates. So, but this huge series that begins tonight in L.A. between the Dodgers and the Padres, man, this could be, again,
good one.
13-21 since July 3rd for the Dodgers. Their win total was beefed up to 103.5.
Uh-huh. You're going to get me good. Yep. All tickets cash the same. Do you mind? I want to give out Miss Jackson again with the L.A. Sparks.
Okay.
She scored 16 points. And we mentioned how bad the Chicago Sky have been.
They've been awful.
Golden State opened 4. They're up to 7.5. Chicago's lost 12 of 13. I think 9 of them are by 9-plus points. They're awful. Market agrees with Golden State. Fade Brigade with Chicago. Big one for Los Angeles. They opened 2.5. They're up to 5.5 in Dallas. Again, check out the game log, how well Jackson has played. And she's plus money to score 16 points at DraftKings tonight. I like that as a high-scoring outfit. Sparks are fun to watch. And Las Vegas and Phoenix. Phoenix 4.5 against Las Vegas. 169 the total. What a run Asia Wilson's on. Would she have a 20-20 the other day? What she's doing?
Oh,
these ridiculous numbers she's putting up.
If the team was good, she'd have a case to be the MVP.
Yeah.
But the team is just it's been a long year, obviously.
There's only 10 games left and in the season, and then you got the big one Saturday night. Minnesota's at home to Liberty.
So, Jackson's your official play?
Yes. Plus money. Yes.
All right.
She's been awesome for the Sparks, and they have a ton of gals who can score.
How bleeping good is Scotty Scheffler? So he's on 15 right now. He's 9 under for the tournament. He's 5 back. 5 of Bobby Mack.
Give it to me.
Scheffler's plus 105 to win the tournament.
Oh, man.
McIntyre's plus 130.
I can't make a case for I don't want anyone else.
Oh,
Ober's 6 back. Matsuyama's 7 back.
I think
Bobby's locked in with the putter.
It'd be maybe Ober, but Ober's 12 right now.
Yeah.
And he's going to battle out. He's going to beat out Scheffler just to get to him.
He's 5 shots. Well, yeah.
I mean, so
5 shots back on.
Of course.
Yeah.
Why would he not be the short shot to win the tournament right now? So if he puts up, again, he's on 15 right now. If he closes the day and goes into the clubhouse like at 11, if he birdies 2 more, what's he going to turn into? Minus 175 to win the tournament, and he'll be 3 strokes back of Bobby Mack.
Yep.
It's absolutely bonkers with him.
Salah scored right in your face. 4-2 Liverpool. We got action, baby.
Did you lay the goal?
This is great. Can you imagine if you did that? 2-2 in the 89th minute. Luke did. Luke laid the goal and a half. Oh my God. 4-2 Liverpool. Oh, this is great.
Mo. Oh my God.
Mo's got it. Oh my God, you could see it coming. How much time? 95th minute. The worst beats. I love Bogdanovich. No. It's soccer.
It's
the worst beats occur in soccer.
Soccer and baseball,
I
think, are the worst beats overall. So, Luke, if you were paying attention to that live, did you happen to see what they were? When they're staring a draw right in the face, what they were to cover the goal line? God. That's absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Never in doubt, Mitch.
There's their explosiveness. 2 goals in the last 6 minutes of game time. All right, and our buddy Nigel Seeley in the program coming up next. He loves Liverpool. We'll get into that. We'll get into his best futures for the league, what matches that he likes this weekend, all coming up here on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.